Okay, we're having some technology problems here tonight. We might have fixed it, we're not sure.
John, is that working better?
Thumbs up. Okay. So we do have the public hearing open now in the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. We did receive comments from Councilman Bowerman and Councilman Holtz, and Planning Board Chair and resident Adrian Bellis, along with Ron Brand, had already inputted into the system of reading the chairperson of the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, Susan Charlon Hopkins. Eric, anything on the, from MRB on the side of it you would like to comment on?
Just to say that the committee was really engaged throughout the process, and it was a pleasure to work with everybody. I think the plan ultimately represented the opinions of the committee and the community, and we worked hard to try to get everybody's opinions informed. There were some difficult conversations in there, which I think are reflected in the plan, and ultimately in the action items, but it was a great community plan for other parks and recreation offerings to be done.
All right, thank you. Any other comments from people in the room here tonight? Anybody online like to make a comment? Okay, we're going to close the public hearing. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the town board minutes for May 13th.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Holtz, second by Councilman Bowerman. Changes, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Any privilege of the floor or public concerns? Hearing none, reports of standing committees, Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works, met on Tuesday morning, and we got updates from Water and Sewer and Highway and Parks. Start with, Water and Sewer, pretty good list, this week. We're not gonna go through everything. We can check online and look at the list if you need to. But I'm gonna touch on some of the highlighted sewer items. They reflushed biotower number 3 to the UV bank. They also troubleshooted some noise from the aerator 1, found out there was a lower end bearing that needs to be replaced in a shaft. They are getting quotes on that. They replaced a drive belt on the TF number 1. They did some gasket reinstall on digester number 2. UV system is now online, and they did a trial sample and sent it in to verify their results. They ordered parts for the primary clarifier sluice gates. And they are working on chapter 159 and updating some things on the water connection and other items in that chapter. They're coordinating replace approximately 100 feet for Town Line Road and County Road 8, and trying to figure out how much that's going to cost. They're working on locating buried manholes, Forest Trail, Home Depot, Stonehenge, Champion Drive, Hook Road, Collier, and other areas. They've been on. They've replaced some valves at the intersection of Allen Padgham Church Street. They're repairing some small water leaks in Dalton Drive. They're working on raising manholes in Farmington. They got a list of different manholes that they did. They clean up topsoil one more place on Coral Drive. There's 2 resolutions. We can touch on them if we need to at the time. I'm going to go to Highway and Parks, ongoing equipment maintenance. They replaced a pipe on Wood Drive and Running Brook Road. They built some forms for catch basin tops on Running Brook. They're out sweeping roads, mowing roadsides. They sent trucks to Manchester to help out Victor for oil and stone and milling. They're cleaning up blacktop and concrete at the transfer station, hauling some large logs to the transfer station. They had a pre-construction meeting with Frontier for Farmbrook fiber insulation. Parks are out mowing, parks and trails, striping ball fields, grooming baseball fields, cleaning the lodge, park bathrooms, buildings. They are, worked on the, PMs for the HVACs. Secor was removed the chimney at the town hall and patched the roof. They did some gutter installation on the north end of this building. And there's 3 resolutions. We could talk about them if we need to at the time.
Thank you, Ren. Town operations?
Operations, there are 8 resolutions that we can discuss as they come up tonight. Been doing a lot of updates to the town code. We did receive, confirmation from New York State on the 20th that local law number 5, short-term residential rentals like Airbnbs, that is on file now and the regulations are in effect. The continuing amendments to Chapter 144 land subdivision, they're working on local law for that in June, and still some updates to Chapter 165 zoning law. Hopefully have something for the town board in July. We had the public hearing for the Parks and Rec master plan, and we are hoping to have a resolution on the meeting for June 10th to adopt that. The Whitestone Incentive Zoning also supposed to be coming with a revised concept plan based on the town board's comments at the last meeting to the June 10th town board meeting for that project. Environmental Conservation Board is continuing to work on the Open Spaces Index. And pretty much it. Everything else we have file, and Don and Dale have the reports.
Thank you, Nate. Reports of other officials, supervisor. Last meeting, Public Works discussed with our town engineers to look at a grant to study the drainage area of Running Brook Drive, other areas in Farmbrook development, and the property directly to the south of Farmbrook. We will entertain a proposal to apply for a grant to pay for the study and also give us some finance options after the planning grant is complete. In Ontario County, and if you're on the news, last evening the Ontario County Sheriff notified me that a body had been found near our wastewater treatment plant in Victor. We appreciated the heads up, and I offered access to our property if needed. Also, the Ontario County Sheriff enhanced law enforcement patrol. The Saturday on Canandaigua Farmington Town Line Road, they gave out citations for speeding in the 40 mile per hour zone. Farmington and Canandaigua will request another traffic study to be done to reduce the speed limit in the 55 mile an hour zone just to the west 40 mile zone in the Town Line Road. And tomorrow night I have a Board of Supervisors meeting. We have a different location than we normally meet. We're going to be at the 4-H Camp Bristol Hills on Keir Road in Canandaigua. And that's all I have. Highway and Parks.
Somebody involved with them, we put on, have trucks, or stuff. Next week we did the, Milton Cat did have the demo days on the backyard. It was well attended throughout the 2 days. We didn't have a whole lot of equipment there. We kind of, only our loader and our bulldozer, so kind of helped them out
year we'll be looking at. Jeff informed me today that, maybe Rogers Electric is gonna come out and do the repair on the court, panel down there. You approved it last year. Wasn't able to get to it. Maybe Rogers, we encumbered that money for this year, so that's gonna be done on Friday. He's gonna have to shut the electric off. Tracy's been informed, so she's aware of it. To get that completed on Friday, the repair on that.
All right, good.
And just another note that, we will be milling, Allen Petty Road on Monday, Tuesday. It may run into Wednesday. That's going all the way from the master line all the way to County Road 8. It'll stay open, it'll just be single lanes, yeah, so it's still roll out there. We passed it before, and so. Yeah, we get it done in a couple.
Okay, so that's next week. Allen Pageant Road will be milling, 2 to 3 days. And then hopefully within a couple of weeks, we'll be
So then
paving.
we'll do, it's scheduled for Monday the 9th. Right now, he said schedule is looking good, so that'll be all complete by Tuesday.
Okay, so hopefully paving on the 9th and the 10th on Allen Pageant Road. Very good. Thank you. Town clerk?
Just gonna note that, my office did attend the North County training that the fire department invited us to, a week ago.
All right. Water and sewer?
Working around some operating car wash and with, the sewers at the Eastview Commons. We're working through an issue with our generator, at the Hook Road pump station. Get some headway on that, for the end of the week. We believe it's a programming issue, causes our generator not to start its regular exercising. Staff changes that we made and our new employee are working out well in the department. Jordan, our new employee, is getting a lot of good experience. And our pump stations are looking better than they ever have. We're taking things up with personnel assigned to them. And, same thing at the wastewater treatment plant, as Ron reported, we're diving into some equipment and, troubleshooting some things on our own that, we normally would have paid others to do, so, saving some money on our budget. We're also working with County Highway to reschedule patching of County Road 9 from the, force main break, back in April. Hoping to get that scheduled again next week. It was canceled due to weather. And as Ron reported, we replaced the valves out at Allen Pageant and Church. Maybe finish the patch on that today in time for him and his department to start their milling next week.
Is there another one, Allen Pageant and Bowerman? That was a spot that, because that's gonna be oiled and stone. Okay. So there was a little patch there, but it's actually, that's great.
Okay, everybody, we apologize, for the technical difficulties tonight. You might not be able to hear everybody, speaking. Building and zoning.
Yes, so we have a resolution on tonight for yard, maintenance, it's that time of the year. We're starting to address some of them, throughout the township, doing different properties for property maintenance issues. Also, we're excited to announce, starting, the first of the month, we'll be switching over completely to our online software for
Director of Planning and Development.
Okay, first, on up to, yesterday, we're still coming together and waiting on county planning to get that off, hopefully next month. The planning board at their meeting, last week, told the fish solar project that they needed more information in order to accept it for a complete application. Tonight we've got the easements for the Victor Farmington Ambulance Corps, which, hopefully will act on and accept, and they'll be able to file that final site plan. Farmington Market Center plans are coming in, we've been promised next month, along with the, Cook Properties resubmission of their plans for the incentive zoning of that site. And finally, Sky Solar is working on some minor design changes, for the road realignment, and, they'll be coming in as well.
Thanks, Ron. Town Engineer, Bill or Eric, anything more?
Final change order on, for tonight, which gives us a credit back for all the allowance monies that were in the contract and didn't end up having to use those, but did also have a change for additional service line replacement. So, change orders for 2,000, and then we suspect we'll have one final closeout payment, and that'll be it on that project. So, sewer work plan, we're continuing to move meters around and investigate I&I on the sewer collection system. Brickyard Road tank, ongoing, continuing to weld and hopefully prepare for coating in the next month or two. And then Route 332 water main project, we'll be out to bid, plans and specs available June 4th. We bid on the 12th and bid opening on June 24th. So that resolution is on for tonight as well.
All right, thank you. For the assessor, Donna met with almost 500 residents and individual meetings. And yesterday for the Board of Assessment Review, they had 6 to 8 no-shows that had scheduled. And they had 8 to 10, new appointments that, walked in during the bar. And they started at 2 o'clock and they finished a little after 8 o'clock last night. Nothing from the historian tonight, nothing from recreation, and nobody here from Ag Advisory Committee. Communications are on file. And we have a lot of resolutions tonight. First resolution is appreciation and recognition for the working supervisor, Robin McDonald at Water and Sewer.
Second.
Motion by Nate and second by Steve. Again, Robin spent, 12, almost 13 years with us, and we're having a retirement party for him on Friday.
I'll just say, he really helped the department through a lot of transitions over those years. He went through several superintendents, and he was really key in bridging those gaps for the department. Really appreciate his hard work.
Exactly. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second is a resolution to replace the lighting and with LED fixtures of the highway garage and the truck bays and the mechanic bays and the parts room. Motion by Steve, second by Nate. And there's some reimbursable, costs from RG&E for this installation. We were able to get 3 quotes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3 is a resolution to replace the backstop at one of the fields at Farmington Grove Park.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve. Again, this is a budgeted item for the Grove Park. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Four is a resolution of determination of significance under the provisions of Article 8 New York State Environmental Conservation Law, state secret resolutions for the regulations for the town of Farmington wastewater treatment plant, and this will be a 2025 rehab project. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. And one of the first steps in looking at, getting financing for the wastewater treatment plant rehab. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Five, a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to take appropriate action to apply lawn mowing charges to the property within the town and add it to the tax roll.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Again, that's, addresses corner of 96 and Glen Carlin, Pine Hill Lane, two other addresses on 96, one at Gannett Road and one at Corchlight Circle. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Six is a resolution to adopt various amendments to sections of the Town of Farmington Site Design Development Criteria Manual as set forth within, establish the effective date of said amendments, directing copies of these amended sections be provided to the town staff, and a direct posting of the updated manual to the town's official website. And we also send it out to the, engineering firms when we do an update. Motion?
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Any questions on this one? I appreciate the staff, taking the time over the last couple of months to get this, complete change done. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Seven is a resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of PRV valve from Ontario Water Tap LLC, cost not to exceed $13,580.
So moved.
Second.
And again, we did receive a couple of quotes on this. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's a resolution approving a change order GC01, that's Route 332 and Colette Road and Retensia Road Water Main Replacement Project.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Nate and second by Steve. Again, this is one minor change order, $2,094.94. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nine is a resolution authorizing the budget amendment, transferring money from appropriated fund balance to engineering, total amount of $30,000.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ten is a confirming resolution authorizing payment to Plantech Support for repairs and maintenance to the UV disinfection system, cost not to exceed $4,350.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Ron. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 11, the resolution authorizing the town code enforcement officer to have the new codes vehicle outfitted with warning lights and interior storage for the equipment at a cost not to exceed $2,000.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Steve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 12 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of water parts for the water main construction at a cost not to exceed $5,426.
So moved.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve, and again, this is for the repair at the water main at the corner of County Road 8 and Town Line Road where we had a previous break. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 13 is a resolution designating the town board as the lead agency for the 2025-2035 Town of Farmington Parks and Master Plan Update Project and making a determination of significance. Motion Steve, second by Nate. Any questions on that one? And the determination is of non-significance. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 14 is a resolution authorizing the Highway and Park Superintendent to fill 2 seasonal positions effective June 7th at the rate of $17.85 an hour.
So moved.
Motion by Ron, second by Steve. Any questions there? June 2nd. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 15, resolution accepting a sidewalk easement from the Victor Farmington Volunteer Ambulance Corps.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Ron, and this is one of the requirements for the planning board procedures for the Victor Farmington Ambulance. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution authorizing the advertisement for bids, for Route 332 water main replacement. Motion by Steve, second by Nate. This is the last of the federal ARPA money. We've been waiting from Department of Health to give us the approval for this, and the actual bid will be on June 24th at 2 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 17 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to accept a proposal from MRB Group for the 2025 Parks Planning Grant Operation, application.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Ron. Again, this is go to a planning grant to look at the property just to the west of here and, try and, get some money from the state to design the additional property that we purchased a few years ago. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 17 is a resolution of sympathy for the Marshall Bernard family. All. And I'd like to read that, please. Whereas the town board was deeply saddened to learn of the untimely passing of Julie Bernard, and whereas Julie was the mother, water and sewer employee George Marshall, therefore it be resolved the town board adopts this resolution extending its sincere sympathy to the Marshall Bernard family, spreading her memory upon the minutes of this board meeting. It further resolved that the town clerk forward a copy of this resolution to Julie's son, George, and his family in Bloomfield, New York. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 19 is a resolution authorizing the completion of a joint request form TE9, the New York State DOT, to establish a lower maximum speed limit on Canandaigua Farmington Town Lane Road, New Michigan East to the 40-mile-per-hour zone near Staplegate Drive.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Nate. Again, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Senator Helming, Supervisor Simpson from Canandaigua, and myself, and we were part of that too. Yeah, we had a conversation meeting with 2 residents that actually live in Canandaigua, and because of another accident there a few weeks ago, we discussed what could be done there, and we found out that we didn't have to wait 5 or 7 years for another study, that anything after 3 years old. The last one was done in 2021, joint request from the town of Canandaigua and the town of Farmington that was denied to lower the speed limit. So we're going through that process again tonight, and the town of Canandaigua, I believe at their next meeting, will do the same resolution and fill out a form for the study to try and reduce the speed limit on the west end of Town Lane Road, from 55 to 40 mile an hour. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 20 is abstract 10 to pay the bills. General fund, $91,419.32. Highway fund, $55,536.44. Density water line, $39,680.70. Water tank repair, $356,137.50. Route 332 in Colette, $42,029.72. Wood Drive Capital Project, $61,802.23. Storm drainage, $4,350.33. Lighting District, $1,791.17. Sewer District, $51,434.85. Water District, $21,356.09. Payroll deductions, $9,222.40. Total abstract to pay the bills, $734,760.75. Can I have a motion, please? Motion by Ron, second by Nate. Questions, comments, any abstentions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Training under 100, we do have, two lists there. My secretary, Marcy Daniels, and then some water and sewer, employees. We do have, two items of discussion tonight. Both are requests for waiver of the penalty. Sadler's and Beanpole Circle, Abdullah, on Ivory Drive. Both claim they didn't get the bills in the mail. One, Sadler did say that she also had a RG&E bill that came in late from the postal office. Sadler penalty was $12.60, and the Abdullah penalty was $15.23. And both of them claimed they didn't get the bills. They also were advised by the clerical office in water and sewer that you can go online with an email account and you'll get 3 notices before your water is shut off, and both said they don't do email. Well, the next advice is, well, it's every quarter, so put it on your bill and calendar and, you know, look for the bill. We got 5,000 customers and, you know, might get...
set up auto pay.
Pardon?
You can also set up auto pay.
Yeah, you can also set up auto pay. But you gotta have an email account, so, and I know we discussed this in the future, in the past, I mean, and, is there any agreement to waive the penalties or stay in the past, deny them?
We never have before.
Change. We've had no. Okay. So, all unanimous, agreement to not waive the penalties in this time, and appreciate that. Anything else to be brought forward to the town board at this time? There are no executive sessions tonight, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second?
Motion by Nate, second by Ron, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I apologize for the inconvenience of not being able to hear some of the speakers in tonight's meeting. We'll take a look at that and try and fix it. Thank you, everybody.